So welcome to this chest opening, nice heart opening sequence. Really good after you've had a baby, when you feel particularly tight across the chest and the shoulders. So we're going to make sure the knees are nice and comfortable here, making a fold in your mat if that's comfy for you, bringing your shoulders on top of your wrists and the hips on top of the knees. We're going to start with some cat-cow. So from here, round the back, exhaling, chin to the chest, tailbone down, dipping the belly down, then the shoulders back, the bum up to inhale. Exhale, round the back, chin to the chest, inhaling the other way. So we're going to do that again. Exhale, round the back, chin to the chest, and the tailbone points down, and then the tailbone sticks up to inhale, shoulders back. So just a couple of these in your own time. This is really nice for the back as well. So we are going to make sure that the knees are nice and wide here, left hand into the center, reach the right hand up to the ceiling, slide it all the way behind you back to the bum, right hand down to the floor. Turn and lift the left hand, reaching up all the way behind you and back to the floor. So you want to try and get the hand directly above the shoulder joint here. And it's really nice to open through the chest and the whole shoulders. So this should feel lovely after particularly feeling tight in the shoulders, whether you've been working and rounding your back or holding baby and feeding. So take away any fold in your mat, and from here we're going to come all the way down onto the floor into Cobra pose. So in Cobra pose, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and you're pressing up. So a couple of important things here. Your hips are on the floor and your bum's relaxed, but your chest is pressing forward and your shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. And then coming all the way back down, you can just rest the head for a moment or two. And we're going to go up and down a couple of times and have a little snuggle in between. So hands underneath the shoulders, press them down into the chest when you're ready and pressing up. So you might only come a couple of inches off the floor. You mightn't come up as high as I am here, and that's fine. Just really relax the shoulders, because there's a definite tendency for people to squash the shoulders up and have them really hunched here. And coming all the way back down. So this is a really nice opener for the whole chest, but it's also a good strengthener for the back as well. So once again, pressing the shoulders down, and you want to press that chest forward, like you're lifting the chest and the heart up towards the ceiling and out in front of you, and coming back down. From here, we're going to move into upward facing dog after Nico stops tackling me. So upward facing dog here is we're lifting. It's a little bit stronger than the Cobra pose we were just in. So if it's too much, go back to the Cobra pose. So hands are going to be a little further out, and then you're lifting up into it. So the shoulders are again relaxed, but your hips are off the floor here, and you're really lifting the chest up to the ceiling, and then coming all the way back down nice and slowly. So again, we're going to do this a few times and just do what feels good. If it's too much and you feel that's too strong, particularly for the back, then just come back down and leave the hips on the floor for the previous Cobra pose. So this is upward facing dog here. So then we're going to come back, just rest for a moment into child's pose, gently stretching the back, rest the head down. Taking a couple of nice big deep breaths here and really relax the shoulders and the forehead. So we'll move on then again, pressing all the way down onto the floor. The next one is bow pose. This could be a little tricky, so if you feel it's not accessible, then just leave this one out. So you're trying to bring those knees to hip width distance. It's very common for the knees to flay out to the sides and for the shoulders to be very hunched here. So you're just really grabbing the outside of the ankles and lifting yourself. So you're lifting your knees off the floor and you're lifting your chest off the floor as well. Okay, so it can be quite strong, so just do whatever feels good for you. And then again, a couple of cat cows just to ease and rest the back. You can say hello to Nico. So again, cat cow is nice for rounding the back and stretching through the back, but also in cow pose here, you're opening through the chest as well and also toning the pelvic floor. So this is a really good pose. Okay, so we're going to move into camel pose now. Again, a little bit more advanced, but my knees are directly underneath my hips. And to start, I'm going to curl my toes under and I'm pressing my hands down into the lower back, pushing my hips forward. So my fingers are pressing downwards and I'm really, instead of bending back here, I'm lifting my heart up to the ceiling, reaching for my heels. I don't like dropping my head back, but you can if you want to. So this is beautiful opening through the front of the body, and then to come back up, bring the hands back to the low back. And this time I'm going to go into a little bit more, a stronger version, with the tops of the heels of the feet flat onto the floor. So I'm doing the same things and reaching back to try and find the heels. Okay, so you'll notice that my hips are still on top of my knees. I'm not leaning my hips behind my knees, and I'm really stretching the whole way through the front of the abdomen and the chest here. Then to come back, one hand at a time onto the low back, and then coming all the way back up. So it's a little bit more of an advanced one. If you can't, if it doesn't feel right or pinching at all, just don't do it, omit it out. So we're going to just have a nice little stretch then, right hand down onto the floor, and stretch that left leg all the way out, and reach the left arm all the way up overhead, stretching through the whole front of the body, the chest, leaning back if that's comfortable. Big breaths here. You want to relax that top shoulder, and then come all the way back down to swap onto the other side. So left hand out, right leg. So you're kind of in one long line from the right leg, the left knee and the left hand, and leaning all the way over so that right hand, the palm is facing the floor here. Relaxing through the shoulders, opening really nicely through the whole body here, particularly that right side, and coming all the way back down. So it's a quick chest and heart opener. It'll also help strengthen your back. So goodbye from Nico and I, and I'll see you again soon.